dream to be a European today here.
Greece cannot have that burden alone as a state. They have to share under the term of dignity, the dignity of European Union.
Es ist schön einfach, wenn wir sagen, wir können die Probleme nicht lösen, aber wenn wir gar nirgendwo anfangen, dann können wir es sowieso nicht lösen.
From where are you?
I'm from Afghanistan.
From where are you?
Pakistan.
From Pakistan?
Yeah.
You met here or where do you met?
Pakistan.
Pakistan. And you arrived together here?
Yeah, together.
From where? From Turkey?
Yeah.
From Turkey.
So now you are here.
Yeah.
Since when? How long time are you?
Like 2 months, 10 days.
2 months.
Yeah.
At night you don't have any light, right?
No have a light.
It's
nothing.
dark,
Yeah,
completely
dark.
dark.
Full dark.
No toilet.
No toilet, no light, everything. From night to morning, waiting for toilet. When morning, coming to go toilet downside. There's no have a toilet.
From where are you coming from?
I'm from Afghanistan.
From Afghanistan?
Yes.
When did you arrive here?
Almost 20 years. 20 days.
20 days?
Yes.
And you arrived through Turkey or how did you come here?
From Turkey I came here.
With the boat?
Yes, with a boat.
With the whole family?
Yes, they are my family.
What do you expect being here in Greece? What is your expectation? Your hope?
Situation.
Your hope?
My hope is go from here, Athens or another city, because the situation here is very bad. Everything is here is line, food, bathroom,
Hygiene?
yes, everything, and also when the situation is running, the weather is running, we water came in our camps, and very bad situations.
There is not good. We want medicine. All of them sick. There is then very cold. What can I do? Now it's cold. Before 1 month before, here is hot. Now it's cold because coming rain, snow, maybe. I don't know.
حقوق بشر اینجاست که نقض میشه. ما از اتحادیه اروپا خواهش میکنیم که یه فکری به حال ما بکنه وگرنه این زمستان تمام شه این بچه‌ها به نصفش از بین میره. این نصف بچه‌ها ما میمیرن. به خدا تا صبح من خواب نمیبره وقتی سرفه میکنه بچه انگار جگرم در میاد.
Not good here also. Like every day fighting, every night fighting, every night fighting. People is not good. Afghani people not good. Arabic, fighting. Like 4 days before, 2 big fighting here.
Yeah.
Which time fighting starting, police go to far away, not coming to control.
When here are the fights, the police is leaving?
Yeah, leaving. Because it's too much people, how I control.
You just told us that people arrived today from Turkey. So what is the procedure in the camp?
They will go inside the camp just for the first registration, and after, I mean, fingerprints and some photos. And after, they will give them few liters of the water, 6 liters of the water per person, one tent and some blankets. And they will show them the way to the olive grove in order to live here.
But new people are coming. I mean, we see that there is no space at all anymore. So if you're coming now, where's the tent? Where are you sleeping? Is somebody giving you an advice? You are arriving in this camp as we are just arriving. What's going on? Who is telling you this is your place? This is your place?
No, nobody tell you something. They give you the tent and say, so go and find a place to live.
First of all, welcome in Moria camp in Lesbos Island. I'm the deputy commander of the camp since 2 years. Imagine that from January 1 this year, we had 20,000 arrivals, while our capacity officially is 2,880. Today we have more than 15,000.
Inside the camp?
Inside and outside the camp. Inside there are 6,000 and outside on the perimeter are 9,000.
May I interrupt? What is the difference or why somebody stays inside and why outside? What are the criteria?
No criteria at all. The inside population is already reserved. They do stay because they were existing in the past. So the new arrivals, because the last months we had at a middle rate 200 people per day, by necessity they go outside, which means the inside places are already taken.
I think now we've reached a point where the situation, as far as I'm here, we're at the worst point now because we're with 15,000 people. We've never seen a population that big before that's here for a long time. They're not here 2-3 weeks like before. In 2015 you might have had these numbers, but they would go after a few days. And now people are really stuck here, so I would say it's pretty bad.
Is the Greek government failing? Politics?
No, it's just not just, it's anti-migration politics. They want to keep this condition in order to keep away other refugees that they are planning to come in our country. And for me, this is our Greek and European anti-migration policy. That's why they... And the problem is not a reason of money.
Hier, wo wir stehen, das ist mitten in Europa. Und unabhängig, wie man zur Flüchtlingsfrage steht, das ist unsere Antwort darauf, jedenfalls auf der Insel Lesbos. How many doctors are in the camp?
So in the camp at this moment you have a medical team of EOD, which is the body of the Ministry of Health, but they are dedicated to the registration procedure, so the medical screening for the registration. So they are not at the moment providing medical care for the population, the refugee population. Then you have two other non-governmental organization working with volunteers, doctors. They work in shift, one in the morning and the other one in the afternoon until 11. So consider that at night there's no medical care at all, except from one doctor from the army, left alone to take care of 15,000 people in the camp.
Let me repeat this. One doctor for 15,000 people at night.
Yes.
How is the medical situation in the camp from your point of view?
We are extremely concerned about the medical situation in the camp. Today, you will be able to go to one of these volunteers medical organization working inside, and if your condition is extremely severe, they will refer you to the public hospital that most of the time is congested or understaffed to take care of all these medical needs. That's why the current medical actors on the ground, they are not able to cope with such numbers and such complicated as well medical cases.
Then I'm coming here, within 2 months she lost weight.
Why?
Because no have a good food, no have a milk, no have something. So how they take off weight? For that reason.
Do you have a medical care for the baby?
No, because too much going to the hospital, nothing giving, only say give the water. It's the situation of water. Also MSF inside the camp, no doctor good.
No doctors?
From morning 7 o'clock in line starting, when at 9 o'clock doctors coming, give the number for appointment, then start, wait. 4 o'clock the number coming, only check like this. But it's okay, no problem.
This happy.
But she happy, she laughing, finish.
This laughing.
We are go to doctor. Doctor said you can drinking water, if not give medicine.
Would you say that from the point of medical care, the situation here is really a scandal for our values?
Honestly, I can easily say I'm ashamed to be a European today here and to see the country that promoted and created most of the framework of human rights today, treating those people this way. The medical care of the population here is not only a concern of the Greek government. This is a concern of all, there should be a concern for all the European countries. Here in the morning you already have the people queuing outside in the back. They go at the door over there. We start to give out numbers. 8:30 we open the clinic. This is the waiting area. So people, they will start to wait there. They will be prioritized with the nurses enter the waiting area to try to identify emergency cases. Emergency cases will have the priority.
How many patients do you have in average per day?
So today we see an average of 120 pediatric cases a day.
A day?
We have reached 140 as well, but as I told you, today we have so many chronic cases that all the energy of our doctors are dedicated to these chronic cases. That means that we have to reduce the capacity of the clinic as well.
What are the problems?
The problems as a municipality that we are facing is to administrate the extra 20,000 people. The way that these people need to be, let's say, welcomed and handled. This is an example to understand that in something that it's designed for 30,000, now we have 50,000. So we have a big problem in the society as well. It's not easy for us. It looks like historically this Mytilene had a lot of times the same situation in the past. So a lot of the people that actually live here are coming from refugee families themselves. So this been as a gate before a lot of times. So we are used of this kind of approach, and this is really difficult for us as a society to deal with, but not in a way that other societies would have welcomed it.
What are the biggest challenges due to the situation we are talking about?
Πολλά είναι τα προβλήματα που δημιουργούν. Είναι θέμα ασφάλειας των κατοίκων. Είναι η προστασία των υπηρεσιών μας. Είναι η ρύπανση της περιοχής. Είναι οι προβλήματα που έχουν προκληθεί με το βιολογικό καθαρισμό. Είναι οι κλοπές. Είναι η λαιλατίωση σπιτιών. Είναι τα σφαξίματα των ζώων. Είναι κλοπές αγροτικών προϊόντων. Και άλλα να πούμε. Νομίζω είναι υπεραρκετά.
What are the consequences here in this village because of the refugees?
Γιατί πριν έρθουν οι πρόσφυγες και οι μετανάστες, το χωριό ήταν πεντακάθαρο. Πώς δηλαδή μπουκάλια άδεια, ρούχα, ηματισμός παλιός, ξύλα πεταμένα, διάφορα σκουπίδια πέφτουν από τον ουρανό, κάποιος τα ρίχνει. Εφόσον δεν τα ρίχνουν οι ντόπιοι, οι κάτοικοι του χωριού, κάποιος άλλος τα ρίχνει. Διότι το χωριό είναι κόμβος που περνάνε όλη τη μέρα, όλο το 24ωρο, διέρχονται μέσα από το χωριό.
So we had now security and we had now pollution, other problems.
Από πλευράς, από θέματα υγείας. Έρχονται 300 άτομα από διάφορες χώρες, από διάφορα μέρη του κόσμου. Είναι ποτέ δυνατόν ιατρικώς να ελεγχτούν αυτή την ίδια μέρα ή έστω την επόμενη μέρα και να είμαστε σίγουροι ότι αυτοί δεν έχουν κάποιο πρόβλημα?
What's about solidarity?
Είμαι υπέρ της αλληλεγγύης. Έχουμε δώσει δείγματα αλληλεγγύης εμείς και σεβασμού στους πρόσφυγες όταν ήρθανε. Πλέον ο κόσμος, μετά από τα προβλήματα όλα που δημιουργηθήκανε, αισθάνεται ανασφάλεια, αισθάνεται απογοήτευση, οπότε λιγάκι αρχίζει και ξεφτίζει λίγο η έννοια της αλληλεγγύης. Είναι τα υπόλοιπα συναισθήματα δηλαδή που δημιουργούνται από όλα τα προβλήματα, αρχίζουν και μας ρίχνουν το αίσθημα της αλληλεγγύης.
From where are you coming from?
I'm from Holland.
Since when are you here?
Since a year and 3 months.
You are working for an NGO.
Yes, for Movement on the Ground.
Tell me a little bit about Movement on the Ground.
Movement on the Ground is a grassroots NGO. We started here in 2015. We have our operations in Karatepe, and about 2 years ago we started our operations here in the olive grove.
So what are you doing here? What is your duty?
Yeah, we provide for shelter, and what we do here is really build a community. Instead of a camp, we want to build a community, and that's our camp-to-campus philosophy. We've implemented that in Karatepe, and here we really started from scratch. And as you can see, I don't know, you've been inside, right? Yeah, you can see that this really does feel like a community. And why? Because the people that live here actually run their own community. So there's a cleaning team, there's an electricity team, there's a food line team, and the residents of this place, they all do the work together. We started here because people started living out here before, and we tried to make the place a better place. But now you see that all of the other people, the whole overflow has been moving into the olive groves up. And this is why, like, we can't take all of those people here, but we can expand our operations there. So what we try to do is actually make this place the same, or
Up in the hill.
Up in the hill, yes.
It's really privileged to be here.
Yes, it didn't start it to be like that, but it grown definitely into a better place. But how we try to approach is that actually we want to inspire those that can actually also realize this in different locations. And that's why we started with our own approach here to be an example of how you can also do it.
Your organization,
efficiently and
your organization rented the place from whom?
yes, from a landowner. Yeah. He used to harvest olives here. This used to be an olive grove, like the whole area here. Obviously, he couldn't use it as an olive grove anymore when people started living out here. And then we rented the place and we started it. So we actually designed this place in such a way that when you lift all the tents, because hopefully one day this won't be needed anymore, it remains an olive grove, so that it can be put back to use as an actual olive grove.
You will notice that we have very bright colors used inside the Karatepe camp. This is why this place is used to host families, and families with children with disabilities, single-headed families, people that are shipwreck victims, people that are rape victims, all those very delicate situations of persons can be hosted here. So we want these people here to believe that this is actually a village, and this is a village of children. Hence, we have so much color for children to view and to understand that this is not a refugee camp per se. This is a village where they can stay, they can sleep, they can eat.
Okay, we were just at the camp Moria. This is privilege.
Yes, yes. Regarding Moria,
yeah,
regarding Moria,
it's the same island.
Yes,
it's the same island.
Regarding Moria, it's a privilege, but you have to fit certain criteria, as I said, and you have to be in line. You have to be in queue. The camp needs to have 3 ISO boxes in order to shelter those families. So if one family fits the criteria but at the time cannot be moved to the Karatepe, they get in line, they get in queue, and they wait for an ISO box to be left open in order for them to come here.
What is your feeling is the most important thing to support refugees when they are arriving?
Psychological support. Usually psychological support, because most people come from Moria. It's a totally different universe there. They come in here, they see this place that it's actually, like I said, it's a village. It's built mostly for kids, and we have to cool them down and let them know that it has nothing to do with any camp that you visited so far. We're considered a jewel amongst refugee camps around Greece, and here we only have one rule: don't fight with each other, don't fight with the families that are next to you. Absolutely no violence at all, no drugs, no alcohol, no guns, obviously, and that's about it. And you can live here. We'll give you your breakfast, we'll give you your lunch, we'll give you your dinner. We have washing facilities, we have laundry facilities, we have doctors, we have schools, we have kindergarten programs.
Okay, there's a barber, for example.
Yes, that's a community barber, and right behind it is a community beauty salon for women as well. What, you want to get your hair cut? Go right ahead. Yeah, they're learning the art of the barber as well, and they're given free haircuts in order to help with the community.
How is the medical care situation here?
We have medical care on a daily basis. On weekdays, we have a gynecologist, we have a clinic, we have a psychologist for them, so people can get vaccinated. They're pretty much sorted out.
But listening to you, if you take the medical care situation in Moria, if you take the reality of thousands and thousands other refugees, what is your opinion about the gap between both realities?
It's chaos. The gap is huge. And that is become, in terms of people, I'm hosting 1,300 people. Moria is hosting 13,000 people. The numbers are huge.
But there is no infrastructure at all. It is only a question of money, right? More or less.
Well, more or less, everything is a question of money, don't you think?
Und man sieht, dass es alles eine Frage des Geldes ist. Und wenn das Geld investiert werden würde, hier leben 1200, 1300 Leute, im anderen Camp sind es 10, 12 Mal so viel. Aber das hat etwas mit Würde und ein Minimum von Menschlichkeit zu tun. Und das andere Camp, da haben wir Kinder gesehen und wir sehen sie hier. Und das ist deswegen so berührend, weil es beweist, dass man es kann und dass es das gibt, zeigt, wenn es das hier gibt, warum gibt es das nicht anderswo?
Wir sind hier im One Happy Family. Das ist ein Gemeinschaftszentrum. Wir arbeiten mit den Geflüchteten zusammen. Das war von Anfang an. Wir haben es mit ihnen aufgebaut. Mit ihnen ist das Ganze entstanden. Und wir sind ganz viele junge Menschen, vor allen Dingen aus ganz vielen Ländern, die finden, wir müssen was machen.
So, wir sind jetzt hier vor der Schule. Ne?
Vormittag nutzen wir es für den Erwachsenenunterricht. Englisch und Griechisch wird unterrichtet.
Am Nachmittag?
Am Nachmittag, die Kinder werden in ihren... Daher. Daher. See you later, okay? Go to the side. Bye, guys. Go there to the side. Am Nachmittag, die Kinder haben in ihren Landessprachen Unterricht. Also es wird auf Dari Farsi unterrichtet, auf Arabisch, auf Französisch, in den verschiedenen Sprachen. Und sie haben allen Unterricht, also von Sport bis Musik, alles ein bisschen.
Wie viele Menschen werden hier täglich in der Schule unterrichtet?
Bei der Erwachsenenschule sind es aktuell um die 300 Erwachsene und 200 auf der Warteliste. Also das Verlangen nach Bildung ist extrem groß. Und in der Kinderschule sind auch um die 200 Kinder aus Moria und Karatepe, die immer am Nachmittag Unterricht haben, mit dem Bus geholt werden, wieder zurückgebracht werden. Und bevor sie zurückgebracht werden, bekommen sie noch ein Essen. Wir kochen jeden Tag für all unsere Besucher plus alle Freiwilligen. Es sind um die 1000 Mahlzeiten am Tag.
Das heißt, 1000 Menschen sind pro Tag hier im Laufe des...
Heute waren es ungefähr 900, würde ich schätzen. Aber wir hatten zum Beispiel letzte Woche Freitag hatten wir über 1300 Mahlzeiten, die wir verteilt haben. Das ist natürlich mit dem Anstieg in Moria, sehen wir auch den Anstieg hier.
Es gibt diesen EU-Türkei-Deal. Ist da irgendetwas dran, was Sie sagen, das ist die Ursache oder das ist die Lösung des Problems?
Aktuell ist es die Ursache. Die Menschen sind auf den Inseln gefangen aufgrund des EU-Türkei-Deals. Der wurde erarbeitet mit dem Ziel, weniger Menschen nach Europa zu lassen. Okay, das haben sie geschafft. Die Türkei fängt sehr, sehr viele Menschen auf. Schlussendlich aber die Menschen, die es schaffen, die hier sind gefangen auf den Inseln, können nicht weiter. Und dadurch haben vielleicht die Staaten weiter im Norden ein bisschen ein ruhigeres Gewissen, weil sie weniger damit auseinandergesetzt werden, weil sie die Menschenströme nicht mehr sehen. Aber die Menschenströme sind hier.
Nach den Jahren der Erfahrung, die Sie hier haben, was ist die Perspektive?
Die einzige Lösung, die ich sehe, ist, dass wirklich die anderen Länder aktiv werden. Griechenland kann das nicht leisten mit den Krisen, mit denen sie eh schon konfrontiert sind. Von dem her, die Relokalisation der Menschen, das war mal die Idee. Das ist wahrscheinlich die einzige Lösung, um wirklich die Menschenrechte einzuhalten.
There was nothing that we can either change or interfere or whatsoever, apart from administrate what the outcome of that deal comes to our city.
Do you have the impression that Athens or the European Union is supporting you sufficiently in your involvement in this question?
We strongly believe, not just believe, but we believe that in if we name this as a crisis, there is no procedure to help us administrate the crisis. Not on a political level, but just administration of the problems. As you said, doctors, schools, teachers, everything. In my mind, this is administration and what the municipality should care. At the point of immediate funding and immediate solutions and immediate support, we never had. At the point of a general strategy of having an EU funding for new schools, of course, we have this kind of support, but we need, through the bureaucracy, at least 3 to 5 years to absorb these funds and actually have them as a result in our society. So we have 3 to 5 years gap of handling a situation, and the society is facing a lot of problems.
Is it possible that governments or institutions didn't take seriously enough that this will not be only for a few months?
Is that there is a big, let's say, political decision to accept that this kind of situation may be for the rest of 20 years. So no one actually said that, okay, we're facing this problem, let's see how we're going to deal with it. We're all trying to make short-term decisions, trying to put this further and further, as long as this situation is okay. But this is not okay.
Something should be done regarding the refugee crisis from its root. Because in order for this situation to stop, you need to stop the refugee problem. In order for this thing to stop, you have to stop the whole problem. You have to speed up the process regarding these people coming over to Greece and leaving Greece, going to the mainland, going to Germany, going to Luxembourg, going to Sweden, wherever they want to be. The procedure itself is very slow, hence the people gather in camps, in Lesbos, in Samos, wherever they gather, and at the same time you have more people coming in from Turkey. And this is what grows up the population, and this is what gets the people that live in the camp more frustrated, more angry.
Greece cannot have that burden alone as a state. All the other European countries have to think about it, that money and European funds are not the answer. I think countries like Hungary, like Slovenia, like Austria, they have to share the problem. they have to share under the term of dignity, the dignity of European Union.
Nun sagen viele auch in der Europäischen Union, aber auch, Sie kommen ja aus der Schweiz, ich zitiere mal, wir können die Probleme der Welt nicht lösen. Dann sehen Sie, was hier passiert. Wie argumentieren Sie?
Es ist schön einfach, wenn wir sagen, wir können die Probleme nicht lösen, aber wenn wir gar nirgendwo anfangen, dann können wir es sowieso nicht lösen. Ich denke, dass muss man im großen Bild arbeiten. Wir sind hier ein kleiner Fleck, wir versuchen Akuthilfe zu machen, weil es einfach notwendig ist, weil wir sehen, den Menschen, das, was ihnen gegeben wird, ist Moria. In Moria, es ist absolut verständlich, wenn dort nachher die Aggression, die Wut, wenn das alles aufkommt, ist normal, ist verständlich, wenn man in so einem Camp leben muss. Wir glauben daran, dass glückliche Menschen gute Dinge tun. Deswegen versuchen wir diesen positiven Ort hier zu schaffen oder haben diesen positiven Ort geschaffen. Und ja, ich weiß nicht, ob es ist... man muss irgendwo anfangen. Und wenn man nicht anfängt, dann wird sich auch nichts verändern.
After more than a year here, what is your message?
My message is this is still going on. I think there's still a lot of people that might not be aware of the magnitude of the situation here, the crisis that's actually taking place here. And my message would be try to somewhat consider this place here and the people here, because the people, like the newspapers, etc., a lot of it talks maybe about numbers, but they're actually human beings like you and me, and they deserve a dignified place to at least reside for their time that they're here.
Thank you very much.
So,
thank you.
Thank you
very much.